Hello everyone, Commander Bravebelly here. Today on the channel, we're reviewing the Latvian military combat ration, menu number 1. I hope you guys brought your appetite because you know I did. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Alright guys, so here we have it, the Latvian forces menu number 1. This is the lentils with chicken, also vegetables and mushrooms. It says it has rye bread, a chocolate bar, some kind of mini beans, papuchi without salt. We have 2 packets of sugar, a black tea, raisins, cranberries, and what looks like a Nescafe Classic instant coffee. This is 1,589 calories, so just under 24 hours. I'd say it's about for 8 hours, and I am absolutely starving. I've been out here the entire day. Also, it says this was designed by the Latvian University of Life Sciences and Technology. So I think that's pretty awesome when you have students that actually design the foods that are going to be consumed by the military of their country. Something to be very proud of, in my opinion. I think that's awesome. And it says this product is not intended for further distribution, but somehow I got my hands on it. So I'm excited to give this a try. I hope you guys are too. All right, first thing I gotta say about this is the package. As far as the design, it looks like it was designed by like some kind of technical university student. Okay, so I must say, definitely looks like a commercial product, like a camping product. Doesn't look very military, so I don't know if that's their goal, but certainly it invokes images of, or just a vibe of camping, in my opinion. Not too much military. Guys, let's open it up and see what it's all about. So that's cool, it's perforated. You don't need a knife, even though I'm ready. And I got mosquitoes all around me, guys, swarming. So I'm about to light some fire to get these mosquitoes out of here. So we have the little accessory packet right here. That's what it looks like in a Ziploc. About to open it up, but let's see what they have here. Information sheet. So what's nice about this is also that they are our NATO partners. So they do have things in English, which is always nice for me since I'm an American. All right. And so basically it just tells you how many grams everything has and how many calories. If that's important for you guys, I'm sure you could find it online. For me, that's not important. There's also a famous YouTuber that reviews MRE, Steven something. I'm sure you guys could find him. He's very technical, tells you the grams and everything. That's not my style of filming. I don't want to copy anybody. Plus, I really don't care about how many grams. I just either know it's a lot of food or a little food, if it's going to fill me up, if it's not. So take it for what it's worth. That's what it looks like as far as presentation. Ooh, check this out. That's pretty awesome. We have legit rye bread. And I was told that this is the only nation that has actual rye bread in their MRE. So it's very one of a kind. And I'm looking forward to giving that a try. Then we have, they're flameless ration heater. So we're gonna put that food in quick because we're losing sunlight, guys. Like I said, been out here all day. So we have the chocolate bar. This is what looks like they're peanuts, but it's roasted beans. So that's definitely very different, one of a kind. And I love when MREs have character and just not like typical common food that I'm used to. And so here we have what looks like raisins and dried cranberries. So a little bit of both. Looks like golden raisins and beautiful red cranberries. Here we have what looks like the main course. It says the main course right there. And check that out. So it looks, like I said, so definitely not very military looking, more like a commercial product. Check that out. All right, really nice. Something like you would find in a camping store by Cronus. And it shows you a photo of like some foods or whatever. And that's everything, guys. So everything looks like on brand. Oh, we also have some kind of ethanol hand disinfectant gel, which I'm going to use right now because, like I said, I've been out here all day. So must say everything looks very coordinated by a design student. That's for certain. Definitely get that vibe. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Me personally, I like to be put in like the military mindset. So not my favorite, but you know, it's a minor detail that doesn't really matter much. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 napkins. What looks like very normal napkins. Okay, so 3 of these. Decent quality, can't complain about that. Then we have 3 Nescafe coffees, the classic. Definitely gonna make a coffee. Then we have Mitras Salvetas, wet wipes, there you go. Some wet wipes for when we're done. Hopefully I don't forget to clean my hands when I'm done. We have a wooden spoon. So much character in that because we don't have these common in the West. That's pretty awesome to see. It's relatively shallow, but we're gonna use it. Then we have Lloyd tea. That's their black tea. So I'm gonna have the tea also. And we have 2 big huge beefy packets of sugar. That's a lot of white sugar, guys. All right, let's just get to starting to heating it up. Like I said, losing sunlight here, but gonna move quick like soldiers would do in the field. Soldiers gotta move quick. We got no time to dilly-dally. All right. So let's see where it says, yeah, straightforward. It says all the instructions right here. You could just use the photos, which is awesome because you don't have to read it. All right, so we will put the food in here. So this is their main. One more time. And I like that it's one of these stand-up bags, so once we heat it up, we could eat it directly out of the bag, and if it falls over, well, it's easier for it not to fall over is what I'm getting at. Having a little more technical difficulties than I expected, but it's all right. Nothing's perfect. This is my USGI canteen. Those of you guys that have been watching my channel know that I love this canteen. It's one of my favorites. And we're gonna use the cup to heat up the actual water that we're gonna use for the teas, because that's one thing that I noticed is although they do have the flameless ration heater, how are we supposed to heat up water for the tea and coffee, guys? So if you're a soldier that has experience with this MRE, let me know in the comments down below. All right, poured some water in there, just came out perfectly to that line. As you can see, there's a line right there. So nice, and got lucky that time, if I'm going to be honest. You know, mix it around a little bit, get that flameless ration here nice and moist, and gonna put it in there. Ooh, it's steaming already, guys. Mosquitoes buzzing right past my ear. All right, so that's gonna heat up in there. Now let's get some water nice and hot. This is a little dirty. Now it's clean. So this is cold water. I was drinking it all day. I have a number of these different canteens. So yeah, guys, let me know. I'm curious how the Latvian army heats up their waters for their coffees and stuff. Very, very curious. So that's gonna be heating up for our delicious tea and coffee. But I'm gonna heat up maybe another one. Yeah, maybe one should be enough, because all we need to heat up is tea and coffee. So one of these canteens should be more than enough. So we're gonna let that sit while we open up the rest of the food. Let me set this aside. All right, guys, just wanted to show you. If you've been watching the channel, you know very well how I come into the field. Check this out. My digi camo print that nobody likes, but I love. So That's all that matters. And we got some glasses. And the only reason why I bring these glasses is because I want to showcase exactly what it is I'm consuming, so it's easier to see through these things. So that's where I'm going to put. So first things I did notice is no cold beverages. We just have 3 coffees and a tea. So that's very interesting. All right, so you guys must not like cold beverages, just drinking waters, which is fine. We can't be picky out here. We are soldiers. We're gonna see what that's about. That's Nescafe, the classic instant coffee, which I'm a fan of. I'm not a coffee snob, so to me it's fine. All right, I drink instant coffee all the time. I love it. The only time I'm drinking Starbucks is if I'm traveling or something. All right, then we'll put the Lloyd's black tea bag in here. Very straightforward and basic, typical. I don't know if Lloyd is a famous brand because I'm not a tea head like that, but we are gonna consume everything to see what it's about. All right, another pouch I have, I believe this is a gas mask pouch, and it's awesome because it fits not only my plates but also my bowls. All right, so we will use both. I'm going to showcase everything. I like to lay everything out. I feel like it's a good presentation to have everything laid out. It's a good visual representation of how everything looks. And so that's why I have these actual fancy bowls. They're not fancy, but you know, for outdoors like this it is. All right, so we're going to open up the raisins. We're going to snack first on the snacks, I guess. Let me disinfect my hands like I said earlier. This is the alcohol wipe. And this is, oh, actually, no, we have the hand disinfectant. So we're going to use this first. Very interesting. It looks like a little plastic card. It's like a cardboard that's laminated. All right. And it has a little soft plastic on top. And it's ethanol. And apparently you're supposed to just squeeze it. Oops. And squeeze it out on your hand. It's perforated down the middle, so that's pretty one of a kind. I've never experienced that, so check that out. That's pretty awesome. All right, gonna set that aside. Gonna make sure to take all our garbage with us. Oh yeah, just ethanol. Smells like rubbing alcohol. Smells really nice and fresh and clean. I'm glad we're not getting that lemon smell, which is always nice. All right, kind of like a hand sanitizer in essence. That's what this is. All right. Check that out. It's all puffed up. Very hot in here. Try to get some of that air out. And mix it around in there so it's nice and warm. And it's pretty hot, guys. Okay, not over the top crazy hot though. Must say it's very nice hot, but not like ridiculous like the Chinese MREs, which are ridiculously hot, and I love that. All right, so gonna let that keep heating up, and let's try some of these snacks first. I forgot to mention, by the way, Turbo Extreme Gum. All right, so that's gonna be our little dessert to clean our palate out, and it's soft bubble gum, and it says new on it, so that's cool. New edition. All right, so I'm gonna lay out the raisins and the cranberries. And it just says raisins and cranberries, 50 grams, if that matters to you guys. Check that out. Very normal looking raisins and cranberries. Nothing to say about it. Very typical, very delicious, very perfect. I wouldn't change anything about them. Really nice. Really, really nice. A good touch because it's healthy. You're not eating junk, but at the same time, you got that kick of sweetness. Hits the spot after a long day patrolling in the outdoors. Now guys, check out these little roasted beans. Okay, never had these, and so it shows like you put your thumbs on that to split it open. So I guess you could lay it out maybe like this. Look, perfect. You see how it opened up? That way you could enjoy it, lay it down and just sit and enjoy it like this. Oh yeah, super crunchy. But as far as flavor is concerned, it's just a little bit like a sunflower seed, but much drier, but very, very close to that. I would say this is not delicious at all. From a 1 to a 10, it's about a 2. It just tastes a little bit oily because it's roasted, obviously, dried and roasted. But it's not like smoky, it's not salty or anything. So you're getting this more for, you know, the fiber, the texture, the crunch. Not as delicious as the raisins and cranberries. Yeah. So I would say out of the snacks, I would trade this for a pack of raisins with my fellow soldiers if they wanted to trade. And I dropped a little lentil in my coffee. And let me just grab that out of there. These things happen. And now it sounds like this water's relatively hot. I don't want to wait till it's super boiled because as you can see, it's not winter time. And I don't want to burn my mouth. I just want to enjoy some coffee and some tea. So here we go. There goes the coffee. There's my tea. Put a little more in there. Now, I don't drink my coffees black, and I did notice that the Latvians don't have any creamer, so you guys are indeed hardcore. But it is what it is. Okay, so we will put some sugar in there, but I will try it without sugar first. Let me stir up that tea a little bit, let it steep. And I tell you, I got mosquitoes buzzing all around me. And that's that instant coffee. All right, like I said, we have 2 humongous big old sugar, so I'm gonna do 1 and 1, but we're gonna move on to opening up this rye bread. I'm gonna set that aside. Let's see about this rye bread. Gonna set this aside. Now this rye bread, vacuum sealed as you can see. And I mean, it says, it's not only rye bread, but it says with protein. So that's definitely different. Wasn't expecting that. And of course, I'm using my beautiful United States Marine Corps bayonet. I think this is personally one of the most badass bayonets ever. I mean, just look how aggressive it is, how it fits the big old hand like mine. This is one of my favorite bayonets. Besides the Brazilian bayonet that I've been using outdoors for chopping, this is more like the killer bayonet. I mean, I absolutely love it. I think it's totally underrated, and we're just gonna use that to open this. So check this out, guys. Here's our rye bread. One of a kind for me. Look at that shine it has on it. Oh, I'm getting tore up by these skeeters out here. Now, I don't want this to tear, so let me help it along with this. Guys, let me know if the Latvians, what kind of knives you guys have for the military. Like, are you guys issued a bayonet? I know you guys use the HK, but do you guys have like some kind of like issued knife? I'm very curious to see, because I did some research and I did see that you guys have a beautiful camo print. It almost looks like the Splinter, the camo print, but it's hard to acquire. I can't find any online, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, so we did have some breakage, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I did see online that some of these rye breads come with a piece of plastic in between to separate it. This one, however, did not. And I'm gonna set it aside because I'm gonna have it with the actual meal. I have seen reviewers, Western reviewers, not being favorable to rye bread. They're just not used to eating it. They're actually not sure how to consume it. And you know, that you're supposed to actually eat it alongside your main meal. And we're about to open this bad boy up. No time to wait around anymore. We are soldiers in the field and nothing has to be perfect. As long as we get our calories in, that's how soldiers eat it. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so here we have it. Now we could eat this out the pack. That's how it's made, but I want to present to you the whole meal, and that way you guys see what it looks like. And so here we are. Here we go. Now it looks like a mush of, I see a lot of lentils in there and I see green peas in there. What looks like shredded chicken. And that's everything, guys, and it's looks really nice. So yeah, this is the lentils with chicken, veggies, and mushrooms. So I'm excited because there's a lot of ingredients in there, not too basic. Check that out. Looks very delicious. Smells like something homemade, like a nice stew. Really, really nice. Looking forward to it, guys. Gonna try it first straight up like this. Check it out. Beautiful. Oh yeah. That's so rich. Okay, you do get that hit of all these different complex flavors. We have the same lentils that, it looks like very similar lentils that we had dried, but these are, obviously these are moist and nice. And then green peas. We got the shredded chicken. I don't see the mushrooms, so they must be finely minced. Yeah, I do see them. They're small, so they add more in flavor, not as much in texture, but really nice flavor profile. And so let's try this rye bread. Oh yeah, very typical dark rye bread. Really nice. Really, really nice. Almost like a pumpernickel kind of, as far as that darkness and that sourdough hit. So this tastes very real for like a lot of Europeans, or you know, the obviously the more of like the Baltic states, which Latvia is. Very popular food, and it goes perfect with this. A lot of Western viewers aren't used to eating rye bread. The way it's consumed is that's how it's eaten. And that's how it's very nice. I really appreciate it like that. Definitely very different than typical crackers. I like it a lot. Now let's try some of this instant coffee, guys. Nescafe Classic. See, I love instant coffee because it's not as intense. It's a little more smooth, so it's nicer without cream. But we will have it with sugar just to make it that much more pleasant and enjoyable. Now, I don't drink my coffees with sugar, but like I said, I drink it with cream. Since we don't have any, this is gonna make it a little bit more smooth, in my opinion. Let's mix that up. Oh yeah, real nice. Now it tastes more like those coffee candies. Really, really good. Not hardcore anymore. Really pleasant. Oh yeah. All right, let's see about this black tea. This Lloyd black tea, guys. Yeah, it tastes very typical like tea, but really intense. So perhaps I'm letting it steep too much. Oops, lost it. But nonetheless, very straightforward. But I know if I add this entire humongous packet of sugar in there, it'll definitely help a lot. So let's go ahead. All right. It's still intense, guys. This is definitely like an intense tea. I would say this black coffee is a lot smoother than the black tea. But also, I'm not a tea drinker. So anyway, we're gonna have some more of this delicious main meal. All right, this is absolutely delicious, guys. Check that out. Mmm. Wow. This tastes, even though it tastes very European, it tastes more, I guess, nicer for like the Western or the Western allies that are part of NATO. I think it's made to be like more palatable for our Westerners, just because it's like not as hardcore. It doesn't come in a can that's like leaking juice or anything like that. No, it's just very appealing and pleasant in a nice package like this. And the flavor profile is very like stewy, like a stew made at home, not weird and funky. You don't get like a can of pure meat or pate. No, it's all mixed up and everything. So it just looks more westernized, okay, in my opinion. Really, really nice. Now, so far, I must say this is really a hit. Really pleasant food. Anybody would enjoy this, in my opinion. I do have to ding it for these, all right? These roasted beans to me are very mediocre. They need at least some salt or some of that smoky flavor. They're very, very basic, all right? So I give those like a 1 or a 2 out of 10 at most. Everything else has been a great experience. The rye bread is such a beautiful and nice touch. Adds to that heartiness and more filling, you know, being that this is like stewy in a way. This is like the substance. And also, if you think about it, bread, if you consume it with a beverage, it takes up more space in your stomach, so it helps with that satiety. In my opinion, that's another good reason why the rye bread is definitely a hit. Really, really nice, guys. Oh yeah, Latvia is showing that it has its own type of food, its own type of flavors, but equally appealing to Westerners, in my personal opinion. All right, we're gonna move on. Don't want to be too redundant. We're gonna check out this chocolate. Then we're gonna finish off with the gum and the wet wipe. All right, so let's see about this chocolate. Now I know this is not a milk chocolate, and for those of you guys that have been watching my channel know that I'm a fan of milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. So take that for what it's worth. I do see some blooming, and that's fine because I don't take care of my MREs. When they arrive at my house, I'll throw them in my garage, I'll throw them in my car. It doesn't matter because I feel like I should experience them like a real soldier would, all right? These aren't kept in the refrigerator or anything fancy like that. No, these are designed to withstand different number of conditions. And so I would say this chocolate is absolutely acceptable. See, this is how it looks on the nice side. Here it started to melt a little bit, blooming. Who cares? All right, let's check out the crack, the break. All right, light snap for you guys that care. I don't. Let's see what it tastes like. Wow. I was expecting something totally different. It has a dark chocolate flavor, but it's, wow. The aftertaste, it's creamy and it melts. So this is actually tastes better, in my personal opinion, than so far than like the Polish one. This tastes better than the Ukrainian one. This tastes better than the Russian one. It has more of that creamy, pleasant texture, and it's not as intensely bitter, okay? And if I consume dark chocolate, I like a 85 or higher percentage, high quality one. So I don't expect myself to enjoy the military ones, but this one I actually enjoy. This one I wouldn't trade with anybody. All right, I would actually save this one. The only thing I would trade are these. I would trade it for either a chocolate bar, which I'm sure nobody would want to, or some raisins. But other than that, for dark chocolate in an MRE, This is the best one I've ever had in my personal opinion. Something about it is very creamy. Wow. Super surprised. And this is probably good with some sweet coffee. Oh yeah. Wow. Really hit. Honest. I'm gonna finish this actually. Then we're gonna see about this Turbo Extreme. I like the graphics on this. They look very 90s. I like it. Completely surprised by the dark chocolate. Really, really, really good. Best dark chocolate in an MRE. All right, I wonder if this is what I think it is. Oh, wow, guys. This is a turbo gum that comes with a picture of a car. And I got the Mercedes concept. It's a Nuccio concept 007. Maybe it's some concept car that they used for James Bond or something. And that's badass because they have these same ones in Poland. Gums that are called Turbo. I remember the gums aren't that delicious. But as a child growing up, I would collect these, and my friends in Poland would collect them. Yes, I'm from New York, United States, but I used to go to Poland all the time because my parents are immigrants. They would send me there to spend my summers with my grandparents. So I have a European outlook and taste palette. That's why I enjoy a lot of these foods. I actually look forward to trying them. And yeah, so this is a phenomenal experience that I enjoy. This is cool that I got a turbo car. Let me tell you what this tastes like. It looks very, very European. Looks very like almost communist. I don't want to be rude, but it just looks cheap. But let's see the taste. Oh yeah, that turbo flavor. It's hard to chew on. It's almost like getting a Bazooka Joe from 20 years ago, opening it up and trying to chew it. Like it's really hard. It's an exercise for your jaw. But I still love the fact that I got an actual turbo gum and an MRE. That's mind-blowing. I think that's super awesome. It adds to character, adds to the whole experience that I'm enjoying. Let's finish off with these wet wipes and see the quality. Very, very, very moist. Just how I like it. And you could see it's cotton. And it's got, it smells almost like a lotion, like a Nivea or something, but it's super wet, which is perfect because you could wipe your face and you're not gonna have like this weird, like synthetic lemon degreaser smell on your face. Mostly like you just used a lotion or something, so very pleasant. So really nice touch, guys. I've been super satisfied with this Latvian MREs, guys. If you stayed this long and you like this type of content, I have a lot more MREs coming out. I do have a Canadian MRE dropping soon, and I know Canada has been very present in Latvia, training alongside. So if you guys are curious to see that type of review, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're an actual Latvian soldier, let me know in the comments down below. Give me some more insight about your training and the stuff that you guys do. What kind of knives and bayonets you use. How do you prepare the foods? Do you guys have canteens? I'm just curious to know all that stuff. I do read all the comments. Guys, with that being said, thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, signing off.